Harry, this is Lord Potato, and this is, well, what if Naruto was trained by samurais and assassins, part 3. Now, before I go on, I want to say one thing. I'm going to be getting a little annoyed at my phone because, well, I put in a new screen, a new, protection screen because my other one was just peeling off. So, of course, it kind of delays half my shit when I'm trying to do things. And I'm just wondering if that's just because it's a new screen protector, I put it accidentally wrong, or I'm just retarded as hell. But yeah, it's just gonna probably piss me the fuck off because it delays a lot of shit. But yeah. Um, of course, I'm not gonna do a recap because I did that last time, and you probably already knows what happened. So yeah, besides, it took almost half the video to even do a recap because my dumbass forgot almost all of it. But not all of it, I mean you probably forgot all of it, but yeah. But other than that, this is part 3 of that. So let me begin where I last left it off. Oh, before I go subscribe to Anime Sensei, Iconic Waters, and even Obito Waters. The links will be in the description, just like always. Nothing would change unless what's it called? Demon makes a channel, and I put his link in the description. But yeah, other than that, he does have a channel. Yeah, maybe I'll go find it. Other than that, let me go into now part 3 and to where I last left it off. So this is where, well, Naruto, he is, well, at Hiruzen's office. Hiruzen, he's just doing paperwork, and he's wondering I know he knows, well, no, look. Hiruzen, let me go into Hiruzen's POV. Hiruzen says, taking a little too long for Naruto to be here. I know Kakashi is late, but that is not an excuse, is it? Then again, Kakashi's probably making them be back to talk to Naruto or something. I don't know. I know Kakashi knows about a little bit of Menma and all that because, yeah, but he knows nothing about Naruto. Yeah, I should get him late. This is where Naruto was already behind him, and Naruto says, so, Hiruzen Sarutobi, when do I get an actual team, or am I going to be just with Menma and Team 7? This is where Hiruzen widened his eyes. And, well, he did not notice, Naruto being behind him. Naruto was so fast and no almost reacted fast enough for Naruto to get multiple swords towards his neck. There was 3 Ambus that were in Hiruzen's office that had katanas. Well, not katanas, tantos towards Naruto's neck when Naruto said those words. This is where Naruto, he sees that he's being threatened by Ambus. So Naruto, what he does is speed blitz them all and knock them all out. This is what Hiruzen sighs. He knows that Naruto is so powerful and so fast to be trained an assassin and to also be trained as a samurai. You point your weapon at Naruto, that's an actual sign. Okay, when Naruto was being trained by samurais, there's always the samurais telling Naruto that if anyone decides to point their weapon at him, either as a tanto, katana, kunai, anything, not their hands, because it shows a little bit of mercy and all that. Well, not mercy, a little bit of kindness. But if they show any weapon or any hesitation to try to kill him, that shows that they're trying to either kill him or try to mug him, and also tries to be disrespectful for the honor of the code of the samurai. So of course Naruto just beat the crap out. He didn't even use his swords. He did not use Feather Cutter of Heavenly, and of Heavenly, and Menma, or not Menma, Enma, basically the King of Hell. So he did not use those 2. He didn't even use his hidden blades. He just knocked them the fuck out. This is where the Ambus are knocked the hell out. They have bumps in their head, and of course, well, one was a girl named Yujito. Yeah, not Yujito. Wait, is it? No, Yugao. Now, of course, she had purple hair, and Naruto didn't punch her in the head. Mostly karate chop her in the head. Bonk. Just to knock them all out. Well, not karate chop her in the head, mostly in the neck. He knocked her out. The other two do have like bumps in their heads, but yeah. This is where Hiruzen sighs and says, "Was that really necessary, Naruto?" Naruto says, they tried to use their weapons at me first. Hiruzen says, "But Naruto, you came in the office. Where did you even came from? Through the door?" "But how did I not notice?" Hiruzen thought. Naruto says, "You didn't notice because I'm actually, well, I really didn't came through the door. I came through the window. It was open." This is where Hiruzen sees this open window. And of course, Hiruzen says, "How the fuck did I not notice the open window and the air coming in? How did no one ever notice that?" Naruto says, "Don't blame me. Naruto was so stealthy, he did not even use chakra to climb up the goddamn tower. He scaled that shit like an actual assassin. Got in, opened the window so silent, like very quiet. It just was behind a Hiruzen the whole damn time." Of course, Naruto didn't say any words until Hiruzen was like thinking and, well, kind of talking out loud. And yeah, and this is where Naruto, he is still somewhat like original canon Naruto. He still likes to prank people and all that. But of course, he only said that just because he knew that would scare the shit out of Hiruzen and make the others react. So yeah, Hiruzen says, whatever. Okay, so Naruto, are you here to find out where you're gonna live?" Naruto says, "No, I want to find out where or which place of the forest I'm gonna be sleeping in." This is where Hiruzen says, "Yeah, wait, what? No, no. Naruto, I feel like your humor is different from anyone else." Naruto says, "I mean, yeah, it's true. Then again, I always was with different rogue ninjas, so I mean, eh." So Hiruzen says, that's interesting. Okay, no, you're not gonna be sleeping in no forest. You're gonna be sleeping in a house. Yeah, in a house. In the Saratobi clan. With Menma. Because Menma does live with us." Naruto says, "No, thank you." That's where Hiruzen says, "Do you want an apartment then?" Naruto says, "I don't really mind sleeping out in the, forest. It gives me more of, a little bit of home. Home territory, mostly." Because Naruto, in the Creed, in the Creed group, he was actually not living in a house most of the damn time. He was living, well, in a tree half the damn time. So there was these large trees in the Creed group that, well, they all had kind of like tree houses like in there. Like on top of trees. Or not top of trees, like in the middle of the half of the tree. But they were like tall ass trees. They were like, which trees are those called again? Redwood? No. Redlock? No, I don't remember what tree. But there were those tall ass trees, so yeah. But of course, mist did cover them up, so of course, no one ever knew that there was, what's it called, like houses in the freaking tree, so yeah. So of course, Naruto didn't really mind. He actually didn't get one of the biggest rooms, or biggest houses in like the trees and all that, because he was still young and he was still learning about a lot of things. So mostly he lived with Zakon, basically the the S rank like assassin who's in the bingo book to be one of the greatest assassins, so yeah. But of course he wasn't much of the leader, he was mostly just someone pretty strong. So of course Naruto was living with him most of the time. And of course Naruto just thought of living in the trees because it would kind of be home for himself. Of course, he's just thinking to find the biggest tree in Konoha and kind of just live in there. This is where Hiruzen says, well, you want the biggest tree? Yeah. Hiruzen says. Hiruzen is looking around thinking, where would be the biggest trees? This is where Naruto says the Death Forest. Yeah, the Death. No, I'm not throwing you to the Death Forest. No, Naruto, no. I know you're strong, but no, I'm not throwing you into the Death Forest. Naruto sighs and says, where would you like me to be at? Please, just take the apartments. Naruto says, fine. I'll find a tree one way or another. This is where Hiruzen says, fine. Just okay. So Hiruzen gives him a better apartment than original canon. Like he knew Naruto is not gonna be willing to accept him to be in the Sarutobi clan district, so of course he is going to live in an apartment. Naruto, he's okay living by himself because Naruto has kind of like usually stayed in the what it called, well, in the kind of house of like the tree and all that. And most of the time he was usually staying to kind of either train his physical body or all that. When Sakon was either kind of just on missions for the Creed to go assassinate some like higher people and all that. But yeah, of course, it's same with the samurais, but the samurais are more kind of like what's it called? Kind of more active. They let Naruto kind of come along with kind of older what's it called samurais, and they didn't care about Naruto's age. So of course Naruto was like, if you're old enough to kill, you're old enough to drink. So yeah, Naruto started drinking like whiskey and other shit when he was like fucking 10, 11, and 12. So yeah. So of course Naruto had most of that fun part when he was like in the samurai group. The assassins, he still talked to a couple of people, but they were all older than him. So of course there was no one who was younger than him, or no one that was actually a kid. Until not Haruzen, Naruto thought of that one person, but Naruto just says, never mind. This is where, well, Haruzen says, fine, here's the apartment keys, and just tell them that you're the new, what to call, person to be there. This is where Naruto nodded, and where the apartments are at is actually not in the civilian district. And it's kind of close to, well, not district or anything. It's kind of close to, well, the Jonin to what's it called? Yeah, the Jonin district kind of being there. Kind of the apartments. But of course, Naruto's not there. He's kind of like in the middle between that. So of course, it's like these new apartments that were actually just created just for Naruto today. Because Hiruzen says, Yamato, I need you to create me some, what's it called? Apartment. This is where Yamato says, why? Just do it. This is where, well, Yamato does and says, what is this apartment called? This is where Hiruzen says, you will find out later. But other than that, just keep it like that. Thanks. So the apartments look like a kind of, well, so it looks like a dark shade of wood. So yeah, that's what Hiruzen kind of asked for, because Yamato can do a lot of shit. So yeah, the dark shade of wood was actually kind of like not put with more chalk or anything like that. It was kind of like, yeah, I don't really know how to explain, but Yamato managed to do it. And of course, it did have windows because Ambus were kind of working really fast to kind of start putting in the windows and other things, because they knew Kakashi's going to take forever, but not that forever. So yeah. Of course, this is where, well, Hiruzen says this will be the perfect thing. So the Ambus, not Ambus, the hotel, or not the hotel, the apartments looks like a, what's it called, like 3-story building. Looks like an irregular building. The problem is, Naruto's, what's it called? Well, apartment floor is at the 3rd level. Now, when Naruto gets to his apartments and opens it, he just thinks it's just a normal apartment that only has one room. Well, one like, kind of like, how should I say? One like, kind of like, how should I say? The living room and like the kitchen room kind of being together or whatever, one bathroom and other things. No, the top floor is basically an entire, room, an entire, well, room that Naruto has. The whole freaking entire floor is basically his. Naruto was confused until he thinks about the Hokage, but he doesn't understand why the Hokage is doing this much, just for him. He knows that he's a strong, well, assassin / samurai, but he never had any connection to Konoha. Maybe when he was like 6 years old, maybe like 1, 2, 3, and 4, 5, 6 years old. But other than that, he doesn't know why he has that much like connection to Hiruzen. Like Hiruzen like he feels so bad, so like very bad about how he treated Naruto when he was younger, that he regrets those 6 years that Naruto was gone, and this is where he wants to repay Naruto for all the terrible things that he done. Now, no one remembers Naruto, so of course everyone kind of doesn't really remember Naruto. So yeah, they know about Menma existence, but they don't really attack him. Now, of course, Menma, I'm gonna mention he does have the whisker marks, so he is the one to have whisker marks, and blonde hair instead of with the orange hair I kind of said. So yeah. So yeah, I'm gonna kind of give him blonde hair instead of orange hair. So yeah. Of course, this is where Naruto, he really doesn't understand. Maybe he can go looking around the reason why Hiruzen does all of this. But Naruto doesn't really want to like intrude in like, privacy. He doesn't like doing that half the time. He only does that when he is on a mission like that. But for the finding out reason why Hiruzen is doing this, it's because Hiruzen regrets the fact that he split both Naruto and Menma away when they were younger, and that's why it caused the gap between Naruto and Menma. To barely even understand if they're actually twin brothers or not. And of course, the fact that Naruto was taken when he was 6 years old to be trained as an assassin and a samurai, that was also another gap between Menma and Naruto. He also feels really bad. He hopes that Kushina and Minato doesn't come back to life and beat his ass for it. Kushina beating his ass for it kind of split off Menma and Naruto, and Minato doing the damn same thing but using the flying Raijin. So yeah, that's what Hiruzen is scared of. So of course, Naruto, he really doesn't really care that much. He's kind of tired. So of course he goes into his room. He first looks for any seals around the apartments. He is kind of like suspicious a little bit around the apartments. He looks around and there's like no like seals to like record him or anything like that, or like recording devices or anything. Yeah, he keeps looking around and he sees nothing. This is where Naruto, he opens his eyes, and Naruto looks around. This is where Naruto sees that nothing's out of the ordinary. This is where Naruto closes back his eyes and then reopens them, having a blue crystalline eyes. This is where Naruto says, "Interesting. I see. So, Hiruzen is, just helping me. That's good to know." Naruto does go to a bathroom. He did check everything. And then he just starts kind of looking into the fridge, thinking that there's no food, but it's fully stocked. There's like bread. Bread is outside mostly. I don't even know if you would have bread inside. I swear to God, someone. Whatever. He like looks through like the cabinets and other things. There's like bread, cereal, other things like that. Pretty much Hiruzen really doesn't know what Naruto really likes. So he's kind of basing the food kind of with Menma's food style. This is where Naruto looks inside. The fridge. There are some like drinks like apple juice, orange juice, other things. But yeah, of course, also milk and yeah. Of course, there's in cabinets there's ramen. But Naruto really never liked ramen that much. He doesn't hate it. It's just like it will kind of stop if he ate too much of it. He knows that if he eats too much of it, he would stop kind of growing at a specific age or something. So yeah, that's why Zakon, was someone that actually did teach him about food and nutrients, that he should eat more healthy and all that. So yeah, Zakon was actually someone that actually helped him in foods and nutrients and protein and other things like that. And that's why Naruto is 5'5" for being only 12 years old. Zakon was a very big help. So Naruto, he finds that he has like a bag of rice, and find out that he has vegetables and other things and fruit and other. So this is where Naruto starts kind of cooking, kind of using the stove and other things. Now of course this is where Naruto, he just kind of makes himself some white rice with some like vegetables around it, but yeah, and start eating it. This is where Naruto, he goes to the bathroom. And he knows that, he has, taken a shower, yes. the Creed and also the what's it called, samurais, they do have manners. So take a shower half the time. If you, after a mission, they say after a mission you better take 2 showers because just to be safe, because you're just gonna smell of blood and other things, and for the mission. So yeah, they make you kind of take 2 showers, just so you kind of be clean and smell nice, and not smell like death and blood around you. So yeah. So of course Naruto, he always learned that the hard way. He actually took 1 shower one time, and then what's it called? Shoto. Yeah, I think I call him Shoto or Shoko. Shoto kind of just grabbed Naruto and put him back into the shower and says, "Go fucking take another one." So yeah, Naruto, he kind of smiles, but he knows that he's not living on his own. So he does have money. He can pay the rent and all that other things. Like he is kind of like a rich kid. He's only a million. Well, not million. He's actually a billion. Like has $1 billion and other things. But of course, Naruto saves that because like every mission, he kind of saves it or kind of sells some like things that he kind of got from the mission. But yeah, so of course he's a billionaire. Year older, yeah. Of course, this is where Naruto, he kind of like takes off his armor first, lays it in his bed because his bed. Well, let me say this: his room has a bathroom inside it. So yeah, Naruto was taking off all his clothes. So of course he sees the curtains like closed and all that because one time he didn't close it when he was in the samurai. So yeah, in the samurai district. But yeah, of course Naruto, he takes off his like armor first. Of course, this is where he takes off the armor from his like legs and his sandals really didn't have armor or anything. This is where he kind of takes off his like clothes and other things, and of course, this is where he kind of goes into the shower and starts kind of washing himself. Of course, this is where Naruto sees that nothing is kind of changing, like no surprise attack or anything like that, because Shoto likes to do something similar to that. So of course, Naruto kind of sighs. Because Naruto got very used to being in the, what's it called, Samurai District and also the Creed group. But yeah. Of course, is where, in the Creed group, there was you actually took a shower outside near a waterfall. So yeah. There was also kind of like showers, but Naruto got used to kind of just washing himself in like a waterfall. But of course, is where Naruto, he just kind of gets out the shower and of course just like puts back all his like stuff. Like he doesn't like put all his stuff back on. He kind of just like he has a seal on his arm, and of course something poofed out. This is where it's a scroll, and this is where Naruto takes out something from the scroll, and that's actually more like it's actually pajamas. Naruto does kind of still sleep in pajamas and all that, just because Naruto has to look more kind of civilian like, since he is going to be a ninja, but he's going to look more civilian like. So of course, Naruto just put on pajamas and starts going to sleep. Of course, Naruto, he like puts both his katanas in a seal into his like arm, but this is like specific for weapons only. And it's the reason why he kind of put it there because he doesn't want any Amos to take it. Because, those 2 katanas are actually forged for him. He knows the dangers of anyone using them. So, of course, this is where Naruto is mostly trying to protect the Amos instead of them being retarded. But yeah. This is where Naruto, he goes to sleep. And, of course, the next day the next day comes. And, of course, this is where Naruto wakes up. And he wakes up so early. He was already awoke at 5 o'clock and was already at the, what's it called? Not at, he was already awoken, but this is where Naruto, he decides to put on like his clothes, and of course, I should mention that his Assassin's Creed kind of clothing, like, it's kind of, white, I should mention. It's not white, it's kind of a black color. So of course, this is where he puts it on, the hood and all that. He puts on the armor and all that, like the armor that was kind of designed for him to kind of look like a samurai, but also looks like Madara's armor. But yeah, and of course he does put his 2 katanas are still in his like arm, and he decides to kind of like not pull them out. But yeah, this is where well, he does put them out, and he does put them on his side, like his left side, because yeah. Of course, is where, well, we go into Naruto leaving. Now, Naruto does put on his mask because, yeah, he doesn't really like showing off his mask. Or his face, mostly. He did kind of have just a black normal mask when he was sleeping, but yeah. Because Naruto really does not like anyone looking at his face. But yeah. Of course, we go into Naruto going to the Hokage office. But there was actually a couple of people in the Hokage office. Hiruzen was actually looking at, well, the team that was in front of him. Team 25 and 26 being kind of together because of their Jonin senseis being twins, and decided to combine the teams together. Now, this is where, well, Team 25 contains of the Jonin sensei having blue hair and is a female. Of course, she looks like she is 5'7", and of course has like bluish, kind of like mixed with kind of pinkish eyes. Well, not bluish and pinkish eyes, mostly blue eyes. And of course, this is where her name is shit, it pissed me off. So the blue haired girl, her name is Yui. And of course, this is where, well, her team contains of someone with black hair and red hair named Raven, someone with white hair and blue eyes named Kaya, and of course, this is where, well, the last teammate was actually taken out because of harassment. So yeah, it was a guy, and of course, he was just taken out because of harassment between the two teams. And of course, this is where the other team, it is 26, and of course, Hima, who was the sensei, was actually the twin sister for Yui. And of course, she had pink hair, or not pink hair, she had red hair and red eyes. But of course, this is where, well, she had that, and of course, this is where, well, her team was containing someone named, what's it called? Someone named Von Psyche, who was a guy on her team. Of course, someone else was, what's it called, a girl with, like, kind of scarlet red hair and kind of crystallized red eyes, kind of being look like ruby eyes. Of course, her name was Scarlet. And then the next, well, kind of, yeah, Scarlet. And of course, the next person was what's called someone with, someone with what's it called, blue hair and blue eyes. Her name is Umi Uchiha, but yeah. Of course, this is where, well, all of them are kind of just waiting. And this is where, well, Hiruzen says, right, I have to really con Naruto and fuck. Right. But this team actually was called, graduated like last year, but they're all still 12. Because, well, there were 11 last time, but then, yeah. Of course, where, well, Yui and Himai kind of looks at Hiruzen and says, so where's the other kid? So, of course, Hiruzen says, wait, I did call the Animals to kind of go get him. So, yeah. The Animals appeared and says, Hiruzen? Yeah. We can't find him. He's nowhere near a Team 7 or in his apartments. Hiruzen says, then where the hell is he? I said, well, Hiruzen's thinking about it. Where would he be? How about the stores? We have never checked it. This is where, before the Amos were about to leave, this is where Naruto says, I think you shouldn't go there. Then again, why would I be in the stores when I'm already in the Hokage Tower? Look up. This is where everyone looks up and they see, well, a kid who's basically defying gravity because his clothes are not falling. He's not falling because he's putting chakra towards his legs and all that. And of course, it's barely even noticed for anyone to actually see. But of course, his like what's it called? His hood is not actually like showing his hair or anything. It's not falling or anything. It's just defining gravity. And of course, it's where, well, Other things are right now defying gravity, but yeah. And so where Naruto, with his eyes being like a kind of like crystallized sapphire eyes, kind of just looking at Hiruzen. And now Hiruzen can't really see Naruto's face or his kind of like hair or anything. So of course it's just like the hood is just covering up his like face, like his eyes and other things. Well, not eyes. Mostly his eyes are being seen, but it's covered like with darkness. So yeah. Of course, it's where Hiruzen says, "Ah, Naruto, you're here. Um, I thought you would be with Team 7. Naruto says, "You told me that I should just be there for a little bit, to know a little bit about Menma. I knew that you weren't actually going to put me on a team with Menma because Menma already has a team having Sasuke Uchiha and Sasuke Haruno." This is where, well, Hiruzen says, "Yeah, you are. That is right. That is right. But what if I was supposed to put you in a 4-man squad?" This is where Naruto says, "Impossible. You decide to, well, everyone in the whole kind of continent and all the other people always puts a 3-man squad, either containing of 1 female and 2 guys, or 3 guys, 3 females, 2 females, 1 guy. Yeah, I can see that. I already know that there's no 4-man squad or anything like that." This is what Hiruzen says. "Then what about the team that's right here? There's about 5 people, 1 guy and 4 girls, and 2 Jonin sensei." Naruto says, "Because one of them are suspended. It was actually supposed to be a 2 teams split off, but of course both teams decided to be together because of the Jonin sensei being twins." This is where Hiruzen says, "Oh, and why do you say that? One has blue hair and one has red hair. How can that be twins? From their faces, from their, what's it called? Face, kind of, not sculpture. From their faces and their, what's it called? Kind of hair and styles and other things. They either look like twins or very good friends." That's what Hiruzen says. They're very interesting, Naruto. You're really smart, really smart. So, what if, what's it called? Actually, the Jonin sensei doesn't have red hair. She has pink hair instead. Pink hair and pink eyes. Well, not pink eyes. Yeah, pink eyes. This is where, well, Hiruzen says, "Huh. I guess you're very smart, Naruto. So, do you know why you're here?" Naruto smirks in his, his, face isn't shown to smirk or anything because there's a mask. Naruto says, "Oh, to be put on a team by myself for my skills of, being actually really good." This is where Hiruzen says, "Huh? Wait, no, 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 no. You're not being put on a team by yourself. No. No. So you do know about one of the teams of this team being suspended?" Naruto says, "Well, from what I can tell, yes. And from what this paper is right in my hands, yes. His name is Hai Hono. That's his name. A very powerful fire user clan use. Not as powerful as the Uchiha, but yes, they are still powerful. The reason why they are powerful is because they are able to use a Kekkei called Blaze." Very interesting. This is where Hiruzen looks at his desk for that paper and realizes it is gone. Naruto has it right now in his hand. And this is where everyone kind of widened their eyes, not even seeing Naruto appeared. They are so confused what the hell even happened. This is where Naruto says, "So, I guess this person, why he is banned," because this is where Naruto reads more. "Why he is banned. Harassment into both teams of mostly the girls, and even Jonin sensei. Harassment in trying to touch him improperly and other blah 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 things." This guy sounds like a freaking douchebag. Maybe I should go assassinate him. Nah. I'll probably put as a rogue ninja after that. Then again, I was never a ninja. Hiruzen says, Naruto, don't try to kill him." God, what am I gonna do with you half the damn time? This is where Naruto says, "What you can do with me is put me on a team by myself." Naruto was already in front of him. they kind of like blink for a second, like everyone blink for a second. Hiruzen does the same. He thought Naruto was on the freaking ceiling. Now he's right in front of him. Naruto says, "Yeah, you can put me on a team by myself. You know, here's a paper." Naruto already made himself a paper sheet for Naruto to be on a team by himself. Naruto really works alone best because, well, he was an assassin. And he can work with other people because when he was a samurai, he usually was on a team. But yeah, of course, being an assassin, he works alone. Being a samurai, he works with other people. But yeah, this is where, well, Hiruzen says, Naruto, I'm not going to sign the paper to put a team by yourself. Naruto says, well, why not? Because, no. I know the what's it called? I know the group that you are from, and well, you train under 3 years. Decides to put you on missions by yourself. But this is a ninja village, not well the group. He doesn't want to say the creed mostly because yeah. And that's where Naruto says, well, what's it called? The creed? Well, let me. Why not? I'm already shown to be powerful and easily knocking out your what's it called ambus. Wasn't enough? Knocking them out again and putting them in the couch. Was that not enough? This is where Hiruzen looks at the couch and the three animals are already knocked out sleep. This is where Hiruzen says, damn it, Naruto. God damn it. This is where Naruto says, oh, that reminds me. Naruto walks to the team, passes them, and kind of stands underneath one of the, what's it called? Underneath, one of the square like tiles on top, because yeah, that's how kind of effect. And Naruto kind of lifts up his hand, showing not showing his crossbow, kind of twisting his hand, showing off his crossbow on the other side because no one was there. And of course, this is what a bolt smashes through the ceiling tile, hits a root Ambu right in the head. The root Ambu falls through, and of course, already dead. This is where Naruto he disappears his hidden crossbow, and of course, is where Naruto says, "There, is that not enough? I've been killing these suckers every fucking day. No, not every day, until when I came here." This is where Hiruzen says, "Until you came here, what do you mean about that?" Naruto says, "Well, multiple of them has been going after me, so I've been killing them. When I woke up this morning, I killed him. I found him. I stabbed him. I murdered him. I killed him. Yeah, I found multiple of them. I kind of left a kind of bloody trail of when I killed a bunch of these ambus. They're not regular ambus because regular ambus has, well, their mask being kind of color. These blank ambus seems to be some kind of person else control. This is where, well, Hiruzen thinks about it, and he's thinking of Danzo because he dispelled what's it called root a long time ago, but he's thinking of Danzo so much. And if Naruto just massacred so many root ambus, Danzo is right now in rage. We go into Danzo's POV. Danzo, finding out that about a good chunk of, well, he has 100, well, not 100, he has about 200 root ambus, and 50 of them are dead. This is where, well, Danzo doesn't know what the fuck the problem is. Because, well, he decides, well, what the fuck the problem is. He did kind of put a bunch of, like, root ambus to go after to see Naruto. Because this new kind of person, he doesn't know who it is. So, of course, he is confused. Of course, this is where, well, we go back into Naruto. Naruto says, so, team by myself? Hiruzen Sarutobi? This is where Hiruzen sighs and says, no. You are gonna be on a team with Team 25 to replace Hai Hono. So please, stay in this team and don't cause your team too much problems. And also take off your, no. Hiruzen sighs and says, fine, you can keep on your hoodie and mask. But don't scare them. Naruto says, fine. Naruto just stands next to, well, his new team being, what's it called, Raven and Kaya. And of course, his new Jonin Sensei began with called Yuki. This is where, well, Hiruzen says, so this would be your new teammate. Of course, Naruto Team 26 will also be somewhere your team, but they will be kind of split off, so yes. Because with Jonin Sensei, yeah, okay. You get the point, right? Naruto nodded. This is where all of them say hi, and Naruto kind of just says, okay. So, yeah. Of course, this is where they all start leaving. And of course, Yui, she's right now excited to learn about Naruto because she's actually kind of hyperactive. And of course, unlike her kind of twin sister, her twin sister is kind of not like hyperactive like her other sister, like her blue hair. Now, her blue hair is kind of a lightish blue, so yeah. So, of course, we go into, they are right now, Team 25 is now at, kind of in the middle of, the kind of like, not forest, in the training ground, in Team 25 training ground. So, yeah, of course, is where, Naruto, he's kind of like looking at Kaya, Raven, and even Yui, who are kind of just looking at him. And of course, Yui kind of go, so, Naruto, are you gonna tell us anything about yourself, name, and other things? Naruto says, why would I? Don't you already know what half my information would be? Didn't you already get a paper or something about information from, Kakashi Atake? This is where, Yui kind of looks at him and says, no, not really. This is where Naruto sighs and says, fine, my name is Naruto Uzumaki. This is where, Yui kind of nods, even Raven and Kaya. Naruto says, my dream is, to be, I actually don't know about my dream. I guess to be the strongest. My goal is to be one of the strongest assassins / samurai. And, my likes are the, creed, the, both groups of the samurai and, cooking, training and swords and assassination techniques, learning about more jutsus and other things. Yeah. And also I like cute things. Naruto said. This is where Yui kind of looks at him. She really wasn't thinking of Naruto liking cute things. This is where Yui says, what kind of cute things? Naruto says, oh, pandas, bears, what's it called? Oh, yeah, dogs, cats. Yeah, all them adorable things. This is where Naruto, the only thing that Yui is thinking is Naruto kind of smiling. Smile, but you really can't see it. This is where Naruto says, other than that, my dislikes are people that abuse animals, arrogant people, cocky people, people that are spoiled, people that don't know the meaning of true hard work, greedy people, fat people, well, not fat people. He says greedy fat people, what's it called? And other things. But yeah, this is where Yui says, wait, a bear is cute to you? Naruto says, yeah. I'm not talking about the grizzly bear, but I'm talking about just normal bears. They're so adorable. I like the babies. Yeah, baby polar bear. This is where, what's it called? Yui is just like, yeah, baby polar bear. Yeah. This is where Naruto and Yui are kind of acting kind of childish right now. And this is where Kaya and Raven are kind of shocked to see, this person being very scary at the same time, having a very scary presence, but also having no presence, but at the same time having this childish kind of presence. So yeah, this is where, Yui says, so you either read about our report or don't have any clue about us anyway. Naruto says, I only guess from name Yui. Your name is Yui. Your sister is named Hinami. And of course is where Yui says, yeah, Hinami. This is where Naruto says the black hair with red eyes. Well, one red eye, the other one is being covered up by her long black hair. Is named Raven. This is where Raven looks at him. And this is where, well, Naruto says, Raven, if I can remember right, from the paper of, well, the guy kind of harassing was mostly someone named Raven Yami, so I'm guessing that's you. And you are Kaya, because Kaya has white hair and blue eyes. That's what Naruto says. I am only saying that from what I kind of overheard. This is where, well, Yui says, yeah. So, let us tell us about our likes, dislikes, and dreams towards you, so we can be good team. This is where, well, Yui kind of explains that her dream is to be one of the most gorgeous females, and of course well, that's her dream. Her goal is to be one of the strongest kunoichis. Of course, her likes are like what's it called, blue like things, like blue flowers and other things. Her sister, and well, her team, and wants to make a great team. And of course, her dislikes are, yeah, similar to Naruto, but not that much. So where, well, Raven goes up and says, "My name is Raven Yami, and well, my dream is to be, well, one of the strongest kunoichis. My goal is to be stronger than my grandfather, and well, my likes are adorable things like black bears, pandas, and other things." This is where she kind of starts getting quieter and quieter. Of course, her dislikes are arrogant people, stupid people, and other people like that. This is where, well, next was Kaya Reito, and of course she says, "My name is Kaya Reito," and of course this is where, well, she goes to says, "My dream is to be one of the." Also be similar towards the call Yui Sensei. My goal is to be the strongest kunoichi, stronger than Raven. Raven glares at her and Kaya just like smiles. This is where Kaya she has her like hair kind of down, but it's not like down to cover both of her eyes, but yeah. Of course this is where, well, she says, "My likes are this, and maybe you, Naruto?" Kun. This is where Raven kind of glares at her because, well, Kaya actually. So of course that's what Kaya said, and of course is where, well, Raven kind of glares at her with one eye, and even her other eye because you can't really see the other one. But of course this is where Kaya smirks. She was brave enough to say that because, well, they don't really know how Naruto looks like. They mostly kind of see Naruto's hood kind of covering up his like face a little bit, but still see his crystallized silver, not silver, sapphire eyes. And of course, where, well, Kaya is glaring at what's it called, well, what's it called, Kaya. So wait, I'm actually gonna change one of the teams from Team 26. The red hair, scarlet hair girl is actually have, well, what's it called, black with red hair and silver eyes. Her name is, I'm gonna say Ruby. So yeah. I don't know, I just wanted to change it because I'm gonna get mixed up with, well, what's it called? The Jonin Center. Oh, the Jonin Center changed it. But whatever. I don't care. I'll mention that later. So of course this is where, well, both Kaya and Raven are kind of glaring at each other. But this is where Kaya says, "My dislikes are Raven and other things like that." This is where Raven says, "Okay, my dislikes are you, you fucking bitch." This is where they start fighting, and of course they're getting angry at each other, and kind of glaring at each other. Lightning starts sparking off of them. Kaya's lightning is a golden color, while Raven's color is a kind of dark color. A dark, oh well, not dark color, it's black, and of course this is where, I'm gonna say Kaya's not golden, but white, but yeah. They're kind of just glaring at each other, and lightning starts just crackling off. But yeah. So where Naruto says, "Huh, interesting." But you don't really know how I look like, so why would you even put me as one of your likes? You really are kind of silly. Naruto kind of says, it's where both Kaya and Raven kind of fluster because, well, Naruto kind of calls him silly. This is where Naruto says, "You really wouldn't like how I even look like. Even though my eyes are a sapphire color and that's the only thing you can see, but you can't see really my face. I will show you well on top of my face, but never my actual mouth or anything like that." Naruto takes off his hood, and of course, he has kind of like long blonde hair, kind of next to his neck and all that, like that long. And of course, it also is kind of red. It kind of looks like Minato's hairstyle, but it's not that long. It's kind of longer, but yeah. It was going to be longer. It's going to be like near the shoulder, but of course, the Creed and the samurais decide to just cut his hair. That's where Naruto was saying, but yeah. Naruto smiles, and well, they think he smiles because they really can't tell. And Naruto kind of just does an eye smile and says, "Well, this is how I look like. You can tell from, well, most of my hair is kind of long, and of course it has red highlights and yellow hair, but yeah." This is where Naruto just kind of smiled at him. This is where both Kaya and Raven, they become more flustered, and of course this is where they kind of were behind was Kai. Yui kind of being flustered, and of course behind her. This is where Yui says, "Huh, so that's how you look like. Interesting. I guess you look great, kid." This is where Yui is kind of trying to hold back what's it called, Raven and Kaya from actually kind of bleeding out or something, because they kind of have blood nose, but yeah. They kind of hide behind Yui and covering that. Because Naruto, he is good looking, but of course he always doesn't think himself to be good looking. Now, of course, is where Naruto says, "So, I'm guessing that we're gonna probably be doing team, or not teams, team tests." Is where Yui says, "Yes, but from your skills to be an assassin and also samurai, I can see you're pretty good, so we're not doing that. I would have definitely just do you a 1v1 against me, but I'm not going against you, okay? From your skills and speed and other things, I'm not going against you." This is where, well, she says, "Instead, we're going to do, missions together." So, I should mention that, well, this team is 1 year, what's it called, when you're more experienced than the other, so, with you being, I guess, a 6-year-old, well, not 6-year-old, a 6-year experience in either war, bloodshed, and other things, more experience than us, you probably can handle yourself. So yeah. So we're gonna be doing C to B rank missions. This is where both Kaya and Raven kind of like they get out to kind of look at Naruto, and Naruto says he nods, and of course this is where Yui says, "But that will be until tomorrow. So, good luck with that." This is where Yui decides to bring what's it called, both Kaya and Raven away, because they are more flustered to see Naruto. Naruto does put his hood back on, and does, like, go towards to Horuzen, but yeah. Of course, this is where, well, we go into Naruto just talking to Horuzen. Horuzen says, "I see. At least everything went as fine as I expected." This is where, well, Team 7 got there. Well, yeah, Team 7 was today's test. And of course, Mema busts through the, room. Of course, waking up the, Ambus. This is where Naruto disappears. But this is where Mema says, "Hey, Gigi-sama." Or not Gigi-sama. Gigi. What's it called? Horuzen says, "Yeah? We passed. We passed the team assignment. And now I am officially a ninja." This is where Mema is happy, cheerful, and happy attitude, like what's it called, Naruto Original Canon. This is where Naruto's looking at Menma kind of confusing, but yeah. So kind of confusingly, and of course this is where Menma says, "But what happened to the blonde hair with red hair guy? You said he was my brother. What happened to him? Why wasn't he there with the team? What did he fail or wait what?" This is where he's kind of worried about Naruto, even though he never met Naruto. He has a strong connection with Naruto, because they're twins. This is where Naruto, he hops down from the ceiling and landed next to Menma and says, "No, I did not fail. Instead, I was put on another team." This is where Menma freaks out and says, "Ah! What the? Don't scare me like that!" What's it called? Naruto-sama? he kind of is respectful to Naruto. And of course, this is where, well, Mema says, but if we were put on another team, then that's kind of sad. But I thought you were gonna be my brother and we were gonna help each other. As more Harusan sighs and says, really, I thought of putting you together, but I had to put you away from each other. I'm sorry, you two. But yeah, Naruto explains the reason actually why is because, well, Naruto, he actually wanted to twist this on his actual own words and all that, because Kurama kind of did tell him about a little bit of what happened in his past and all that. And of course, Naruto says, oh, Menma, the true reason and why Horuzen kind of split us away from, well, what's it called? Our teams is because he doesn't want us to be together. He wants us to be far away from each other. He did this also when we were younger. He wanted to split you and I away from each other. That's why he hates us. He doesn't want us to be together. Just like true twin brothers. This is where Naruto's not showing that many emotions, but Naruto's saying that with a straight face. And Hiruzen pales every word that Naruto says. This is where Hiruzen says, no, Menma's kind of sadder now. And this is where Hiruzen says, no, Menma, don't listen to your twin brother that much. That is not the reason. The reason why is because this team needed another person on that team. So, yeah. The other person kind of got kicked out of the Shinobi program. So yeah, don't listen to your brother that much. He's kind of playing with you. This is where Naruto says, I am not. Naruto starts giggling and laughing. He's saying, okay, I'm playing with you. This is where Menma just looks at him and says, hey, are you really just playing with my emotions? This is where Naruto says, yeah. This is where Menma goes, but why? This is where Naruto says, I could not resist. Okay, I could not resist. But other than that, yeah, I'm on a team different from your team. Then again, I think I'll rather pick that team than ever having that late sensei. Now, Kakashi was early this time because he wasn't trying to get killed by Naruto, but yeah. Of course, he realized that he was early for nothing. Because Naruto wasn't even there. This is where Kakashi appears and says, hey, Hiruzen, where's Naruto? He looks at Naruto, and he looks at Menma. And Menma kind of looks distraught a little bit, but this is where Menma turns back to normal and smiles. And kind of giggles also and says, wow, you're a jerk. This is where Naruto says, yeah, but at least I should have took a picture of your face. You were so saddened. Naruto's kind of dark humor a little bit. But yeah. This is where, well, Kakashi says, so Naruto, why weren't you with my team? Naruto says, oh, I was only on your team temporary. Until that, I was actually put on another team called Team 25. But with that happening, you can going back to being lazy and not showing up on time. Because that gives me more time to figure out your roots of how you kind of work. And if you're ever late for Menma's team again, I'm going to assassinate you and cut your head off. This is where Kakashi gulps. And this is where that last part was whispered into his ear so fast that he could not even react enough. This is where Naruto says, well, other than that, I should probably be leaving. Bye. This is where Naruto disappears, and this is where Kakashi looks at Menma and says, you have a very, very scary twin brother. This is where Hiruzen says, I know what you were gonna ask. Why wasn't he on your team? Well, another team needed another team, so I put Naruto on that team. Ding. This is where Kakashi says, wait, 25 and 26, aren't they like 1 year more experienced than other people? Even though they're like 12 years old now, like they're like on their team, they were 11 when they all graduated, but yeah. Hiruzen says, yeah. This is where Kakashi says, but why are you putting Naruto? Naruto has a 6 years of experience of bloodshed, murder, and other things. Because he is an assassin, you moron. Kakashi says, oh. So yeah, Kakashi, even though you're, how should I say, you might have left the ambush, even with your old experience in being an Abu, I think you would not even survive against Naruto. The Ambus right now can't even survive his wrath. Look at them on the couch. This is where the Ambus did wake up when Mema did like scream and all that. They did get up kind of tired and all that, but when Kakashi came and Naruto left, Naruto knocked them back out and they were asleep. This is where Kakashi sweat drops, saying, interesting. Yeah, good luck with, if you do piss off, well, Naruto. Even though what's it called, Menma and Naruto apparently know each other, I feel like Naruto wouldn't hesitate to kill you, and kind of put Menma with a better sensei. That's where Menma says, wait, really? Would he actually do that? Horusen says, I think if you just tell Naruto enough times kind of complaining about how Kakashi's being unfair and other things. Like, let's say that Kakashi decides to train only Sasuke. And, well, I don't know. Let's say that Sasuke woke into Sharingan and Kakashi decides to only train him. I think if you complain enough to Naruto, I think Naruto would just threaten Kakashi enough to make him train the whole team. This is where Kakashi sweat drops from that. Not comment, that explainment from Horusen, but yeah. This is where Kakashi says, okay, I should probably train my whole team. So yeah. This is where Horusen knows that Kakashi sometimes picks favorites, maybe because of the Uchiha, but yeah, he does that because he only said that because he wants Kakashi to actually train his whole team. So yeah. This is where, well, we go into a time skip. A time skip about 2 months. 2 months. Now, of course, 2 months into the team of 25 and 26. Now, Naruto's team is actually always like team up between the team 26 that Naruto even knows a lot more about when he actually started. So we do a flashback. Naruto actually met 26 with what's called you want to change what's it called I'm gonna change what's it called the twin sister's name into, well, you would be in what's called Maki, and of course the other sister being Maya. So yeah, just because I can't really remember what I actually said for twin sister, but yeah, Maki and Maya. Of course, Naruto knows that Maya is the twin sister of Maki, but yeah. Of course, is where, well, Naruto can also see what's it called, the other 3 students. One is named Von Psyche. He's able to use telekinesis and psychic kinesis to kind of like bring things or kind of teleport things, and yeah. But yeah. Of course, this is where Naruto also meets what's called Umi Uchiha, who is specialized in only water, ice, and other things. And she has a blue Sharingan. So yeah. Of course, this is where, well, the last teammate is, well, Ruby, who is, what's it called, has red hair, kind of reddish hair, has black, but red highlights a little bit. So, black hair on top, but when it's kind of going down for her hair, it's kind of red hair. So, yeah. Of course, she has silver eyes and does have pale skin. Umi has kind of like, not that pale skin, but kind of just like a little bit lighter. So, yeah. And of course, Vaughn kind of had a little bit dark skin, but yeah. Of course, Ruby kind of has a kind of scythe. She uses, well, a scythe kind of customized for her because of her grandfather. Kind of like helping her, but yeah. Of course, Naruto knows about them more a little bit, but yeah. When he was kind of being put on a team together with them mostly, but yeah. Of course, as well, Naruto was in the office, and of course, is where they are going to the land of waves with someone named what's it called, Tazuna. Now, of course, Horusen decides to put both teams together because, yeah, they can work pretty damn well, even with Naruto's skills. So, yeah. Of course, is where all of them are kind of ready, but yeah. This is where we go into Naruto and the team going with Tazuna. Now, of course, they are all in like a formation to kind of protect Tazuna. Now, Naruto, he's looking around. And of course, this is where Naruto kind of sends his hawk. because Naruto summons out a hawk. That's where the hawk is kind of like orange. What's it called? Okay, if you want to know what it kind of looks like, let me show you. So this is what Naruto's hawk kind of looks like. It's kind of looks like this, okay? I was thinking of making the hawk kind of look like this, so yeah. So of course that hawk comes out, and of course this is what comes out from the ceiling pack that he has with. And of course he flies to kind of look out around to kind of give air view, but yeah. Of course the hawk noticed the genjutsu and comes down and tells Naruto. Well, not tells Naruto. Kind of Naruto uses his eyes. Because, yeah, Naruto can see through the hawk, and he sees the genjutsu. This is where Naruto goes through hand signs and says fire style. Fire dragon burning ash. This is where, well, he sends a very powerful ash attack. So, he knows about ash, what's it called, an ash ability. Because when he was training with the assassins, they do know about, like, smoke release, other things like that, steam and mist, and yeah, kind of assassin techniques. So of course this was one of them that teaches him, because it's kind of like fire mixed with wind kind of together to make ash release. Or I forgot how you make ash again. I think it's like that. Fire and wind make ash. Yeah. So of course he sends a very powerful ash pile into the what's it called, illusion, and this is where Naruto then well not yeah, blazing ash dragon. So of course it hits it, and this is where two what's it called? Well, two ninjas pop out, but this is where Naruto also goes to hand sign. It's more faster, and then well not faster. This is where the hawk decides to ignite into flames and become. It looks like he turns into a phoenix and smashes into bolts of the ninjas, lighting them into fire. That's where Naruto he tells the hawk to come back, but yeah. This is where, well, the team is still pretty impressed with Naruto's skills. They were pretty impressed because Naruto's like goddamn a genius half the time. But yeah. Of course, this is where Ruby is like so excited. And even Umi are right now say, whoa, that's so cool, Naruto. They're because they're like amazed with Naruto's skills half the damn time. Naruto says, yeah, I should probably not kill them. This is where Maki and Maya says, no, it's fine. Knowing this mission was not a C-rank mission from the longest point, we're going on because we already have a team together. So yeah, of course they go on, and this is where, well, they still meet Zabuza and Momochi. Zabuza tries to cut them down with the sword and all that, the huge sword, until, well, Naruto comes in front of, well, the Bloodless, because Zabuza still sends a bunch of Bloodless at them to kind of scare the shit out of all the kids, but Naruto wasn't even affected. The reason why is Naruto, he already trained, he kind of trained with Kurama, and Kurama has sent him so much Bloodless. This is where Naruto uses his own Bloodless with Kurama's Bloodless to smash the Bloodless together with Zabuza. It kind, if you want to look at it, it kind of looks like if it was a battle between Conqueror's Haki. So if you want to think about how it kind of looks like if Luffy was going against Bullet and Conqueror's Hawking. You know that was called how Luffy's Hawking was red and Bullet's was kind of blue. Conqueror's Hawking color. So yeah, it kind of looks like that. But Naruto's Naruto's bloodlust was so strong that it just smashes through into Zabuza, and Zabuza was scared. This is where Naruto pulls out his two blades and says, "Since you're a sword user, I'll be fighting you." This is where, well, Maya and Maki told Naruto no, but Naruto still kind of goes to fight Zabuza because he has taken what's called harder opponents. This is where Naruto he clashes with Zabuza's using both blades. You seen what's it called his feather cutting of heaven, and of course the King of Hell Enma. This is where both blades are clashing with what's it called, the Executioner. And Naruto managed to cut through the Executioner, slashing 2 slashes into Zabuza. This is where Zabuza widened his eyes. This is where, well, Emma was kind of emitting this kind of dark, purplish aura, while what's it called, the other one was emitting this kind of white, goldenish color aura. So kind of yellowish color. So yeah. But of course, with that happening, this is where Naruto kind of managed to do that. And this is where Naruto was about to cut what's called Zabuza until needles appear. but Naruto deflected the needles by just cutting through them. This is where, well, Haku and Hakin appeared, and this is where they say, why did he do that for? This is where Naruto says, because I know you're fake, fake, missing tracking ninjas. This is where both of them freeze for a second, and Naruto says, yeah, don't act surprised. I kind of noticed you two being there. This is where Naruto, he knocks out Zabuza, like, from the head. Not actually cutting his head, but this is where Naruto puts his blades away and appear right next to Haku and Hakin. Kind of putting both his arms around what's called Haku and Hakin, putting out hidden blades right now next to their necks. This is where Naruto says, surrender now, or die. Either way, it's not really a good choice for either way. This is where Hakin and Haku were kind of wide in their eyes. Hakin is a little bit smaller than Naruto. That's because she's 12, but she's only like 5'1". And Haku is like, I'm gonna say he's 5'5", but he's 16. This is where Naruto says, well, other than that, I'm surprised. You two are working for Zabuza. And I easily took you two down. Weren't you two supposed to, I don't know, be experienced enough? Try to stop me? Then again, you weren't probably experienced enough to fight against a Creed. This is where both of them widen their eyes because they have fight against a Creed member. Zabuza and, Haku and Hakin. We do a flashback. They kind of fight against a Creed member because Zabuza pissed off someone so bad. Mostly a Creed member that was in this kind of place just to kind of just check it out and all that. Of course, Gato was in this place kind of terrorizing it. And of course, this is where Gato's arm was broken because of this Creed member. Now, the Creed member was not really after, Gato. But of course, Zabuza tried to block the Creed member. But Zabuza had so many cuts before he even noticed what happened. And multiple of those cuts had poison in them. Both Haku and Hakin tried to attack this Creed person. But they were only, Haku and Hakin were only, Haku was 14 while Hakin was actually 10. Of course, the Creed member kind of didn't even attack, walk past him. This is where the Creed member says, "You better be taking Zabuza, or do you want to die?" That's the where both of them kind of gulp, but this is where they run away, and this is where Gato, he is actually dead. The Creed member decides to kill Gato. Now, who was actually running the carbon shipping, Gato and all that, did in original canon, because the Creed member did not like what Gato did. Well, no one. Mostly Zabuza is kind of not terrorizing, mostly being there to kind of be hidden. But of course, someone did came to kind of terrorize the village, and it wasn't Zabuza, but he was higher anyway. It was what they call a kind of missing rogue ninja, but yeah. So of course this war, Zabuza was hired by this rogue ninja because he was terror. To kind of, it wasn't a rogue ninja. It was not even hired. He was actually just there to kind of just eliminate anyone because this person is named fuck, I forgot his name. The one with the 2 keyboard blades, but yeah. And of course, he's just there terrorizing the village, so yeah. So instead of being Gato, it's this person. And, Tazuna still wanted to build a bridge to bring what's called help from other people. But yeah. Of course, this is where, Naruto says, bring Zabuza along, but yeah, I don't really mind. This is where Naruto, he kind of walked away from them. And of course, this is where Haku and Hakin do have that presence and that flashback. But yeah. This is where we go into Tazuna's house. Tazuna's house still kind of looks kind of okay. Because, yeah. Now, of course, this is where, this is where Tazuna kind of explains to Inari and Tazumi who these people are. Zabuza is in the bed kind of taking a nap because he was just cut through, but yeah. And Haku and Hakin are kind of scared of Naruto because he's basically a Creed member. And yeah, this is where both Ruby, Umi, and even Raven and Kaya were kind of worried about Naruto fighting against Zabuza. But of course, seeing that Naruto was pretty skilled with his swords for being a samurai, Naruto, they were still kind of scared and kind of still check over him to see if he had any cuts or anything like that. But yeah, of course, this is where Naruto says I'm fine, but yeah. This is where they kind of smack him in the head for kind of laughing because this is serious, but yeah. Of course, this is actually where I'm leaving off. The reason why I'm leaving it off here is because, well, it's 1 hour and I want to go do another what if. But yeah, I didn't feel like doing. Well, I do feel like doing this, but I kind of stopped feeling like it. So yeah, I'm gonna go do another one. But yeah, other than that, have a nice potato day, potato night, potato seed, potato, and potato. And part 4 will probably be tomorrow, but I don't know about that. Yeah. So have a nice potato day, potato night. Bye bye. Potato.